Why do some businesses make millions while others seem to struggle to just break even? The businesses that have mastered this sneaky way to use AI are setting themselves up to make thousands of times more money than those that aren't. And I'm gonna teach you how to copy their results right now. Think of your business as a highway. When traffic's smooth, it's a good day. But what happens when you get to a bottleneck in the road? I really hate this intersection. I will drive far out of the way to avoid it because it saves me time and gas money idling in standstill traffic. That is what a bottleneck does to your business. It slows everything down and eats your money. I'm Ray. I am the Director of Machine Learning at Jaxeric AI Research Group. And today I'm going to teach you my proven strategy to use AI to get around business bottlenecks. So let me show you the first thing you'll need to know to print money like your Jerome Powell during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, now go ahead and grab yourself a notebook and a pen and throw those aside and open up whatever notes app that you like. Now, in a minute, I'm going to tell you to pause this video and brainstorm with me about your business bottlenecks. But here's some examples first. Are customers dropping off your website before they make a purchase? That is a checkout bottleneck. Are you spending too much time answering the same questions over and over? That's a customer service bottleneck. Are you running out of stock of your most popular products? That's a supply chain bottleneck. Go ahead and pause this video and jot down as many as you can come up with right now off the top of your head. You didn't do it, did you? This is actually really important if you want to be successful with this process. So just take, 2 quick seconds to write it down. Okay, let's look at your actual data to see if we can find some facts to back up what you just wrote. We can look at your QuickBooks or your payroll app, or really any other software you're using might have information like this. We want to know why the bottleneck is happening and not just what's happening, right? Otherwise, how are we going to fix it? And we're not going to brainstorm solutions yet. Right now, we're just looking at the trends. What months do you make the most money and what months do you make the least amount of money? Go find the dates when your employees work the most hours of overtime. What do those particular dates have in common? Is that a specific client that they're working for, or why is that happening? When do you see your business having slowdown times versus times when you potentially are short labor? Are there specific tasks that your team spends the most amount of time on? All right, now that we know what your bottlenecks are, let me teach you the secret sauce of making money with AI. We're going to find out if those particular bottlenecks are unique to your business or if there's something that everybody in your industry deals with. Seriously, if you can figure out how to solve the bottlenecks that affect your entire industry, you'll be well on your way to that fancy car that you've been dreaming about for this whole time. Or maybe it's a truck. We need to look for data about your competitors. It might not seem like that kind of data is readily available, but it's out there, and I'm going to show you how to find it. I'm going to do an example with you so that you can kind of see what we're talking about. For this example, I'm going to just pretend that you and I work for a landscaping company, but you should definitely follow along with me for your own industry, just because this will be more effective if you do that. There are lots of ways that we can find free or affordable data. Let's look at trends with our supply chain first, okay? That's a very important part of business and something that a surprising amount of small business owners overlook. But we're all gonna need supplies, right? So if we're a landscaping company, where do we go to get those? I would assume Lowe's or Home Depot, right? Those are publicly traded companies that we can download data about. So let's do that. Let's pull up the recent earning report for both of them. You can see this, it's called an annual report. Now, we're not going to read this shit. We are just going to download it and then we're gonna have AI read it later, okay? So for now, just download it. So we're gonna want the past 5 annual reports and the last 8 quarterly reports, because sometimes there's different information in those two reports. Home builder information will probably also be important if we're a landscaping company, right? There are also publicly traded home builders, so we can get KB Home, Pulte Homes, and Toll Brothers. I think that's probably it. We'll do the same thing. We'll get the past 5 annual reports and the past 8 quarterly reports from those companies. So we can also quickly browse Statista. Okay, now not all of the information on this website is free, but let's see what we can get for free information and gold nuggets. You can also get economic information for free. For the United States, I like to go to a source that I like to call Fred, because that's what it's named. Once again, we're not going to read this economic shit. We're just going to download it and then have AI interpret it for us. We can get it as a giant ass spreadsheet. I'll show you how to do that right now. All right, now here is something so sneaky that you're gonna hope that YouTube deletes my video so that nobody else gets to learn this. We're gonna see if there's regional information that's available for you. Landscaping is gonna be different here where I live in the Southwest than like New York City, for example. Winter is more mild down here, so the seasonality trends are going to be different. The real estate markets are probably also going to be different, right? So go ahead and open up Google and type landscape and construction trade shows plus your area, whatever city you live in or whatever your industry is. Now this will pull up any trade shows that are available for your topic. Don't sign up for any of these. Don't get a table or booth. Just go and make friends. If you're an engineer like me, this is gonna sound hard and scary, but here's how you do it, okay? You find booths that are manned by companies that are adjacent to your field, but not direct competitors. So don't go talk to the other landscaping companies. Go talk to the dog poop guy. Ask him about how his business is going. Go find the cabinets guy. Now, those are two very different businesses. We'll get to that, but they both have things that are in common with your business as a landscaping company. Offer to take those two guys out for a beer and build a relationship with them. The dog shit guy says, "Oh crap, people aren't signing up for my service anymore." You'll know, oh, that's something that's cheap, that's in a field adjacent to mine. I might be in trouble here. You guys probably share the same customers. Now, let's talk about the cabinets guy, because the cabinets guy is not really adjacent to the dog shit guy, because those are cheap products, whereas cabinets are expensive. I spent 15 grand on cabinets for my kitchen, but landscaping can be with both of those. Some landscaping companies can have services where they go on a quarterly basis to do a yard cleanup for people, but then they might also have a giant project where they build a pergola and a pool and shit. Don't do this with the HVAC guy or the plumber or the roofers. Those are different. Your company as a landscaper is discretionary spending. People don't typically need a landscaping project done right now as an emergency, but if their water heater or their air conditioner goes out, that could potentially be an emergency. A hole in the roof is definitely an emergency. So those should be considered different categories. So go ahead and think about your industry for a minute. What are the true adjacent fields to your industry of other professionals that you can schmooze with and, you know, go take out for coffee or pizza or whatever? And then what are the other industries that are a little bit more separated that maybe you shouldn't focus so much time on, like we said with the roofer? Now, fixing bottlenecks that affect just your business and that sphere of friends that you just made, that'll help you keep up with your competitors. But the most successful people don't just keep up with their competition, they pull ahead. So we have to find you a route around the bottlenecks that affect your entire industry. And we want to get you around those bottlenecks in the fastest period of time. Because once you figure these out, other people might also figure them out. And we want to make sure that you're faster than them. This is the key to explosive growth that will get you sleeping in a bed full of $100 bills. Here's how we do that. Take those quarterly and annual reports that we just downloaded. Remember Home Depot and Lowe's and those home builders, we downloaded those, and hopefully you found some that were for your industry and downloaded them. Upload them into ChatGPT. So I have here a notebook file that has all of them. We're just gonna copy that and paste it in. Okay, so now we can get a little more specific. Say, I have a landscaping company. What can I take from these reports to predict the future of my company? It's giving us a lot of really good information here. So it's giving us the home improvement industry trends. Pay attention to how both companies perform in categories like outdoor furniture, garden tools, and landscaping products. And it's talking about e-commerce and digital expansion, which is interesting. So we can say with our company here, consider offering online consultations or services where clients can book appointments, request quotes, or browse landscaping ideas and packages. So in other words, build a website and be able to have people video call you to do a quote of their landscaping project. That's really good advice, right? In another video, I will show you how to do all of that with AI. And here we got capital expenditures and investments. Keep an eye on their investments in outdoor products and technology. You could take advantage of their new products or offer more efficient supply chains by negotiating better deals for your landscaping business. Additionally, you might consider investing in technology for your own operations, example, inventory management, customer relationship management, to streamline and grow your business. And again, in another video, I will show you how to use AI to do that. And it does talk about sustainability and environmental focuses and the competitive landscape. Let's look at that. To stay competitive, you could offer unique services that big box stores don't provide, like personalized garden design, lawn maintenance packages, or custom outdoor living spaces. Highlight the value of your expertise in customer service, which larger retailers can't replicate. Given these reports, what are the seasonality and other financial trends in this data? So seasonality, it's saying that there are spring and summer peaks, which is really important because we would probably see the same thing in a landscaping company. For both companies, you'll see strong revenue growth in Q1, which ends in April, and Q2, which ends in July, as homeowners begin their projects after the winter months. Now, what you should do with that information is take the information that you have from those other business owners, the dog poop guy and the cabinets guy, and then apply that to this. So let's say your dog poop guy says, yeah, we actually get a lot of cancellations in the spring and summer. People don't want to buy our services. And the cabinets guy says, yeah, we actually are seeing a bunch of cancellations in spring and summer. That is a big red flag for you, because that, according to this information, is when you're supposed to be seeing the most sales. So that is why it's important to have those close connections with people in your area, as well as looking at this data. Now, it does say the actionable insight here for specific landscaping services, and it mentions lawn care, garden design, tree trimming, and patio installations. So you want to ensure that your staff is well equipped and ready for this busy season. So when we looked at our data from the landscaping business earlier, when you opened up your QuickBooks and your CRM and your payroll and stuff, and you said, oh, we have a lot of overtime hours logged during this time. If you're a landscaping company, it would most likely be, I would bet, during the spring and summer, and that's when you could potentially hire some temporary labor. So if you have a high seasonality business like this is what you could keep in mind, and comparing it to these larger companies like this would give you an idea of, oh, this affects everybody. I should probably get on hiring seasonal labor before they do. Otherwise, there might not be any available. Now, it does say concerning the fall slowdown, as the weather cools down and people start to prepare for the winter, both companies, so it's talking about Lowe's and Home Depot, experience a slower period in the fall. For you as a landscaping company, fall might be a good time for your business to focus on maintenance services. So this would be lawn aeration, garden cleanup, preparing plants for winter, and other such items, or to promote services that prepare clients' outdoor spaces for colder months. You could also use this time to plan and prepare for the next busy season. You could potentially hire laborers that could, in the spring and summer, be really good at doing the landscaping services like lawn care and garden design, and then have those same people then do garden cleanup and lawn aeration in the fall. And that way you might not even need temporary labor. So it says an actual insight for your landscaping company, winter months might be slower, so this is a good time to market for the upcoming year. So what you can do now, given this information, is we can start to arrange your cash flow spend so that you know, okay, so spring, summer, I probably already have clients booked. In the winter, I'm gonna need a crap load of money to spend on marketing. And so you want to allocate that and budget for that throughout the year so that you, in Q4, you can spend a fuckload of money on marketing for spring and summer and potentially give some discounts for people that want to book right away. And as a small business owner, this is a potential red flag for you to see, oh, well, in the winter, my guys might not be working as much. So then you would want to know, okay, am I going to keep them on the payroll during the winter, or am I going to pay them to stay employed and just say, hey guys, we're not giving 2 weeks of vacation throughout the busy season, but I'm going to give you the whole week of December off, or something. You could rearrange your schedule to try to maintain your workforce, because if you just hire people in the spring and then lay them off in the winter, that's probably not going to be very popular. So this is another red flag for you as a business owner, using this AI tool to be like, okay, I need to come up with a solution to manage my cash flows, but then also manage the hours that my laborers work so that I keep my employees. We can continue to monitor this. This is a really important thing to keep our eye on. You know, sign up for an account, they're $20, and then every time that a new report comes out, plug it into this same thread and say, hey, how does this report compare to the last one that you told me? And it'll tell you, oh crap, we're seeing a slowdown in growth in the spring, which is not good. Or, yep, everything's normal. And it'll give you a chance to prepare for that with your business and maybe get ahead of a change in an economic situation before it happens. Now here it says some financial trends in Home Depot and Lowe's. Both Home Depot and Lowe's have relatively high gross margins compared to other retailers, mainly due to their strong supply chain management and dominant market positions. So that also tells you, okay, maybe I should look at what they're doing for supply chain management and try to copy it with my company. And we can look at that again in another video. They do enjoy economies of scale. They are much bigger companies than your landscaping company. But with AI, you might find that that's not as big of an obstacle anymore. Okay, so now we should probably look at what kind of products you could sell that have a high profit margin. And what a coincidence, ChatGPT tells us a few ideas. So this is a really great way that you can use ChatGPT to read those ridiculously boring annual and quarterly reports for you. And as you can see, it actually offers up actionable insights that you can use for your company. Now that you've done this with Home Depot and Lowe's, you can actually do the same thing by taking all of the home builders. So you can take KB Home, Pulte Home, and Toll Brothers and feed them all in here. And remember that spreadsheet you downloaded from Fred? You can put it in here. Any of those reports that you downloaded from Statista, put them in here. And you're going to end up with this really long context window in ChatGPT that tells you all of the revelations you need to know about running your business. Now, let me show you how other businesses have used this exact strategy to get fucking rich.